I wanted to quickly show you how to build scenarios here in Adobe Captivate, and I wanted to show you the output really quickly. Basically, you have your scenario up here and your choices here, and then based on what you click on, you're getting custom feedback based on choice with an option to try again until you get the right answer. And then you are prompted to the next button, which could take you to another scenario. Now let me go ahead and show you how you build that in Captivate. Here we are with Captivate open, and one of the first things that you'll notice here is I have basically 5 slides here. So we're doing slides and then linking to new slides from within. So this is the base layer where I have the scenario, and then I've used link boxes, and it links to the feedback slides. A couple of things to note here. It's really helpful to name the slides well. So that base one I always name 1, and then for the first choice I'm going to do 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, etc. Okay. And the other thing that it's helpful to do is to name the object on the screen. So these characters, they're individual assets. You see I have person 1 and person 2, and the nice thing about doing that is those names then carry down into the timeline, and that's really helpful for layering as you're dragging layers to the top to the bottom to know what the object is on the screen. Making edits to the scenario is very easy to do. This is just text in here, so you can just double click and you can write your new scenario, a new prompt. Now when you're dealing with the questions, you actually have link boxes on top of it, so it's helpful. For example, if I want to change the text here, I could just hide that link box, and then I can easily get into the text. So that's a helpful little tip there. And then, as you're changing the feedback, you'll need to go to the feedback slides, and you can change the text right there. One of the things that's important to know here is when you want to create, let's say you wanted to create a second scenario, you have this first one, but let's say you wanted to string maybe 5 of these scenarios together. What you're going to do within the film strip here, you'll want to copy those 5 slides. So let's just copy. I held Shift and then copy. Let's copy, and then we'll go ahead and let's paste them in here. Paste, and I'll just take a second here. And now you are going to want to go back and rename those slides, and that's important to do as you're building your links. So one thing that happens when you copy these is that the links stay relative, or I guess they say fixed. So here's our second scenario. Let me go ahead and rename that too, just so we know that it is the second one. But you'll see with this link box that the action on the link box, it's going to slide 1A. So it would take you back to that first scenario. So you need to fix all of those. So the first thing I like to do is, let's change all the names of the slides. Let's call that 2A. Let's call this 2B, 2C, and then 2D. And now when I'm going back to fix those links, it's a little bit more intuitive. So I can go here and jump to slide on my link box, and now we're going to 2A, and we're going to 2B, and etc. You understand what you need to do. Just link to the rest of them. The other place you're going to need to fix the link is on the try again buttons. So on the feedback for 2A, right, we have this button here, and you'll see it's jumping back to the first scenario, slide 1, when in fact we want to go back to, oops, I guess I didn't rename that the right slide. Oh no, we want to go back to this one here, to 2. So you need to do that on each of the feedback slides. And then same thing, the other place you want to fix it is on the right answer one. You're going to need to go to the jump to the right next scenario. But and you won't just want it to be the next button, because the right answer won't always be the last option. It won't always be D. If the right answer were let's say 1B, and you had next linking you to the next slide, it would take you to 1C, and really what you want to do is go to 2. So there's just a few things you need to go back and fix with those links. It's pretty easy to do, but with this you can string together several scenarios. I hope you found that useful.